Okay, Bravo and the people who write these titles, y'all got to stop coming for our gig. You can't do a salty seaman joke. That's the joke. There's no way we could even play it. That's not a suggestive joke.
We can't even riff off that.
No,
It's
you're
like,
just saying. That's just saying. Cum drenched twink.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Cum fart.
Exactly.
What are we gonna do with that?
Season finale. Below deck sailing yacht. Cum fart diaries. And then the guest too. This is the Seaman Cup. I'm like, fuck, y'all didn't give us anything to do.
And this is when some of those moms turn to their children who they let their kids listen to the show and they say, I'm sorry.
But I have
This is below deck sailing yacht.
I have to take issue with this because I think, not that I'm prudish by any means.
By no means.
But
by
salty
none.
seaman, even though you were spelling it that way, come on.
Come on.
I just kind of went, oh my.
I read it and my mouth watered a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes semen isn't salty. Sometimes it's downright sweet.
If they eat a lot of coconut, you can tell.
Well, I told you, my ex used to tell me he could eat mine on top of ice cream.
And this is when the rest of the mothers turned to their children and said, you were right. This is gross. I'm going to stop listening. Y'all, this is below deck.
He had
sailing.
weird taste, though.
That was the least of it. Below Deck Sailing Yacht Season 3, Episode 15.
Below Deck.
Salty Seaman.
BDSM.
Okay.
Episode 15. We're getting towards the end.
There's only one chart left.
Do we have any announcements? Live shows. Y'all come see us live on the road. We're finalizing Columbus stuff right now. I was doing it just today. Big news about our San Diego show. It's going to celebrate our 10 millionth download. Or listen, or whatever the fuck you're doing. So come get loaded at San Diego. We'll sell shirts. I got loaded in San Diego.
We should sell shirts. We're not.
We're not.
Forgot to order shirts for the last time.
Giving.
So
Don't tell them our fuck ups.
So we're not going to have tons of. We're going to have a lot of gray ones.
Yeah.
Oh well. But yes, we're going to do that. We're gonna have. If you're in the Patreon, we're going to do some contests and poll. We're figuring all that. We're going to figure it out on the plane. No, but we're starting to think about all that and do some games. It'll be a fun, and maybe we'll do some prizes.
Guests.
Can we do some prizes for people?
Can we not brainstorm on the podcast? How about that?
Why? You just announced we were doing a 10 million download show.
But I talked to you about it.
And like the other day.
We did not talk about. You did not say on our Patreon we're going to block. We haven't even sketched that out yet. I know it's going to have to be left up to me to do it. So I'm going to ask you to.
No, we could do it together.
Yeah,
I'm happy to do it together.
Sure.
A lot of times you don't ask me, you just do it.
That's not true.
You know what?
No, that is true. You're right.
You know what I did notice is I was like, this is so great, 10 million downloads. And then I looked at like fellow A-caster Danny Pellegrino's Instagram.
Why would you do that?
Well, no, I was just looking on Instagram.
Oh.
And he said, I hit 100 million downloads. And I went,
well, also, he's been doing this a while.
No, he's been doing it a long time. And I went, okay.
I don't think that's nice.
No,
comparing yourself.
I just thought it was funny. That was it.
I guess.
I have to explain it.
No,
you say.
I just don't see it that way.
No, I'm happy for him. He's a fellow A-caster. Good for him.
I just...
It just reminds...
Comparison is the thief of joy.
No, it made me laugh because I'm like, wow, we're getting to be a big show. And I'm like, we're big-ish, but, you know,
we're 3
still
years old.
Trucking along.
We're 3 years old.
Yeah.
And he's got at least 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't compare ourselves with him at all.
No, I didn't mean it to compare, and I just meant like it was just like a moment. It made me chuckle. Just we have more to go.
I guess.
Yes.
I'm glad you shared that with me to ruin my joy.
Hey, I can't affect your joy or not. I should, whatever I say, should just water off his duck's backs, as Jinx says.
Go fuck yourself. I'm gonna be happy with it. So 10 million. That's good for me.
Oh, by the way, oh man, we should have remembered this. We just did a collaboration.
So formal. A collab.
Y'all, we were just on a podcast with a gentleman named, he does a podcast called A Gentleman Named Juan Ayala. And he does a podcast.
Don't say it's what. It was Juan Ayala.
I just love his name. I think I like the name. I used to have a friend with the name Ayala. And then he just he got a husband and then got a house way out, way, like an hour and a half out of LA. And he just wrote us all an email one day and said, well, it was nice being friends with you all. I'm probably never going to see you again. So thanks for the laughs and the tears and see you in the next life.
Stop. And he just says, this is the end of our friendship?
Well, he just kind of said, this isn't ending bad, but I'm not going to drive an hour and a half to see. It's like he was moving to Maine and he was just moving to Azusa.
But he's never going to come back to Los Angeles ever again.
I haven't seen him since.
But I'm saying that takes a lot to say, I'm ending this friendship on my terms.
And we all just kind of went, okay.
But I would just ask, it's almost like he's saying, I'm ending this. You guys have no input. There's or what if you wanted to visit him?
I can't. I don't know where he is.
No, you can't, because he actually said, I don't want you to.
Yeah, he put a boundary.
I don't think that's putting a boundary.
Well, his boundary, I guess.
I think that is collectively ending. I think maybe it's his boundary without concern for you.
Yeah.
I think that's shitty.
Well, anyway, I liked his last name. It was pretty. So Juan Ayala.
Why don't you tell this story?
Y'all, Poodle's just sitting on his end of the couch like he's just sitting in old piss.
I just don't understand. Why wouldn't anyone do that?
The whole point is that Poodle just talk about the show we were on.
The show is called Actors with Issues, and Juan is an actor and a journalist, and he just talks about things that actors deal with, and now he's getting into people who are in the entertainment industry. We had a really good conversation about Drag Race, All Stars, All Winners season, as well as kind of things that what pride means to us about being in podcasting, in podcasting. Mm-hmm. That's when I get when I do my podcasting. That's when I get the cattle prod involved.
Wow.
Wow. That's Piano Cat 77 shit. On the next podcast, ooh.
Now I look like I sat in piss, y'all. Now I look grossed out.
Ooh, be easy with that.
It just switches from one to the other.
Be easy with that, Luther.
Wow.
So anyway, we had a great time. You can find the podcast is called Actors with Issues, so you can check us out on that.
Yes. Sorry, my iPad fell. Sorry.
It's a tragedy. So let's get back to talking about
that live shows. I don't think, and we'll be doing, y'all, welcome to Plathville. We're going to be doing a collab this week with Kim and Kyle
from Reality Cray Cray.
We're from Reality Cray Cray. So that will be our Plathville episode dropping this week. And then on this weekend, you're going to get a special thing, y'all, on the free feed. Love in Paradise is back. It's going to air on Friday.
Yes,
we're going to record
it's 2 episodes on the free feed, and the rest goes on our $5 Patreon.
Yeah, we're going to air that probably on Saturday night. That will go up. We're very excited about this.
It's a Discovery
season.
Plus show. You guys remember that? It aired on Discovery Plus, and then about 3 or 4 months later, it aired on TLC.
So we're excited, very excited, and yeah,
it seems to be what they're doing. I wonder if they're doing that. I haven't seen a ton of other content like that they've done. Like they picked and chosen certain types of content to put on.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of content, too, we are going to be covering the latest. There was apparently an additional episode of 90 Day, The Single Life.
Season 2.
That we're going to record.
The couples tell more.
I think we're recording that tomorrow, right? I think
sounds
we added
right.
It. Yeah, and that's going to drop on Friday. So we get to see Ed, Liz, and Stephanie. The shit we do for y'all.
And Nathalie.
I hope there's some good Nathalie.
Who else was on that season? I don't even remember.
Mother Debbie.
Oh, that's
Mother
right.
Debbie. Hey, Mom, we're going to be back on TV, Mom.
Be quiet, Pee-wee. I'll let you kill another drifter.
That one tasted good.
Yeah. So This episode, should we talk about Below Dick?
Yeah, this episode, we have some tea bags. It was kind of a not plot heavy episode because there was a lot of excitement about an anchor dragging.
But what else do you say? Excited.
Oh, I was, but how do we basically just say, y'all, the anchor.
And then the anchor dragged, and then Barnaby got upset. And then the guests asked if the beignet was lobster. That's it. Do y'all want that kind of podcast from us? Because if you can want whatever you want, but I'm not going to give it to you.
And then Gary jumped in the boat, and they played music from Danger Bay for him to fix the anchor.
What's Danger Bay?
Oh, you never watched Danger Bay?
No.
It was popular when you talked about Sequest. Danger Bay was I think the Canada version of Sequest.
What channel was this on?
Well, they played it on the Disney Channel, but I loved it. Loved
Danger Bay.
Yeah, everything always happened at sea, and he was a pilot. And it was the first time I saw an airplane that had the little bumpers on it that could land on water. And
seaplane.
I went, oh my God, a plane can land on water. I'd never seen such a thing.
I swear to God, it feels like you're making something up.
No, not at all. Yes, it was a Canadian television series.
But it played on the Disney Channel.
It was with, what was his name? Oh, what is the name of that
Again,
actor?
another riveting story.
The dad was hot. He was so hot. What was his, that actor?
No.
You don't know that actor?
No.
Oh,
Isn't it great when he points at pictures that y'all can't see?
He was hot to me. Anyway, I don't remember Donnelly Rhodes. He was in soap operas and stuff like that.
No, don't remember him. Sorry.
I love Danger Bay. Only had one season.
It burns so bright.
Oh no, yeah, it was about they all lived in a bay and they helped out when there was danger in the bay.
The Canadians really know how to turn it up.
Well, they do on this ship.
Okay, these are all Canadians. I also have to say, we've said this last time, these are the hottest guys.
Hot.
Lane is so hot. Jeremy, spelled with an I-E,
the name Lane is a hot name.
I agree.
Wasn't that the name of Luke Perry's character in 8 Seconds? You never saw that movie either, did you?
I don't
that
think
was a good movie.
I don't think I saw it.
Oh, 8 Seconds. Oh, you cry. You cry. He dies at the end.
I had a feeling.
He gets killed by a bull.
That would be his method of death.
Just gored.
Because he's trying to ride the bull, right?
Yeah, for 8 seconds. That's how long you have to ride a bull.
I think I could have predicted he would die by the horns of a bull.
You know what? However, if you and I went to an old fortune teller and she said, "Poodle, you will die by the horns of a bull," and I went, "That tracks."
When I was in Pamplona. That was the summer.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It always looks, whenever you see footage of the Pamplona running of the bulls, and the bulls are just knocking people out of the way, I just think, what a terrible way to die.
Yes.
It's like, what else did I think about when I was talking about jumping out of a plane? I'm like, can you imagine explaining that to someone in the afterlife? I jumped out of a plane. Well, why? They're like, I thought it'd be fun.
Yeah. You mean without a parachute?
Even with the parachute.
Oh, you wouldn't do it with a parachute?
No, it's not something I want to do.
Oh, I would. I think it'd be fun.
But my thing
you
is...
do a tandem. You get some hot flight instructor and he straps you to his stomach.
I'd be okay with a tandem jump, but I'm saying always in the back of my mind, it would be if I find myself plummeting, if both of our chutes fail, and I have this thought at the very last moment, what was this all for? Because I thought it would be fun. I could have another 45 years of life, or I could plunge to my death right now.
Well,
again, these are thoughts that I have. All right, anyway, we should just talk about this show.
You could never tell your mother you were doing that.
Never.
Y'all, Jake, I don't think Jake even told his mother he went to London.
I haven't told her yet. I haven't talked to her since I've been. I did leave a message on her phone. She was busy or something like that. Call me back. I'm not around. I'm doing something for my grandkids or one of my kids or my husband. God. You've reached Mother Poodle.
You've reached Mother Poodle.
I can't come to the phone right now because I got a lot of stuff going on. So if you want to leave a message, go ahead. But if I don't get back to you, it's because I've got something else to do. I promise I'll try, or maybe I won't. I don't know. God.
This is a lot of pressure.
Hold on, one of my grandkids is screaming.
Hold on, the FedEx man is here. And she go get some she comes back.
Muffin.
She's like, all right, I'm back. I just wanted to say, leave your number.
She would scream at Muffin during her outgoing message.
She would.
Muffin, shut up. She
So,
knows she gets upset when I'm on the phone.
She does.
Muffin does get upset. She gets jealous when my mother's on the phone.
It's a sign of a spoiled dog.
The dog is extremely spoiled. I agree.
So my first tea bag is, which is kind of not really that important now, but it tracks with everything else, is that Marcos is stressed. And this is all kind of being set off, is that his friend died. His friend's mom died. Like basically his best friend's mom died. But why brings this up for him, he talks about this later, is because his friend can't go back to see her because
Venezuela.
he can't go back to his home country anymore either. And so think about this, y'all. I mean, we really have been in this in COVID.
He's a man without a country.
But when his grandmother died, his grandfather died, he couldn't go back to see them. We have a little taste of that with, God bless poor people that had to deal with this with COVID.
You couldn't have a funeral.
Yeah. But this is like not just like a year pandemic.
You can't go back because you'll be murdered. Yeah.
And your mother probably can't get out.
That's true.
So this is something you're going to have to deal with one day. I mean, him.
I thought you were talking to me. I was like, what?
You could get banned from South Carolina.
Yeah,
Again,
I could.
I could see that happening.
The governor there, who kind of reminds me of Foghorn Leghorn, wears white suits. I say, Poodle's not going to get to come to South Carolina no more.
That's true.
He kind of does talk like this.
I just read about a new opera called Omar that's being premiered in South Carolina. I meant to send it to you. I forget,
Spoleto Festival?
It's about it's written by, I believe, an American woman whose main instrument was banjo, and it's about a black slave who actually came to South Carolina. I'll send it to you. It was on NPR. I thought Poodle would be interested
I wonder
in this.
where.
I don't know. We're just talking like we're not doing a show. Sorry. All right, everybody. So that's all you kind of need to know about Marcus. Is that because Marcos. What I said, Marcus. What's your next tea bag?
Oh God. Y'all, Becky's birthday is tomorrow. Becky's birthday.
How about a birthday?
And Captain Glenn is going to come to the party, and he's like, I don't know, I'll have to get all dialed up because of my weird Canadian accent that I got to put on. Knocked. He says, like, knocked. Like for knocked. I got to get knocked.
Knocked.
It's his, I'm saying his accent.
But what's the original word?
Knocked.
Oh.
Knocked.
Knocked.
It's like there's an aw, an AW added
do that.
everything. Yeah. It says specifically, some Canadians
He
speak
is a
that way.
very likable captain, though,
He
I have
is.
to say. I mean, even when he wore the arm floaties during the race, that was cute.
I just want to say, besides all the dragging anchor stuff,
I've watched too much Drag Race because you're talking about dragging anchor, and I'm just imagining a drag queen in a sea outfit.
Also, doesn't dragging anchor sound like some kind of sexual epithet? I was really dragging anchor last night, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
He was dragging anchor.
I just imagine you after getting DP'd and just your rectum's on the floor and you're just walking. That's what I imagine.
She's
Whoa.
dragging anchor.
There goes dragging anchor.
Hey, boys, don't. It's just my colon. And just it goes over a speed bump. Boom, 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 boom.
And then as we walk away, we hear.
Ding, ding, the bells.
So stupid.
Shh.
So wait. So mine is Daisy saying that she's 34 years old and single? Always been?
I missed that completely.
She said 34 years have passed and there's been no one.
How did I miss that?
Is Daisy a virgin?
She's definitely not a virgin.
She's not a virgin.
I think it's just the life she lives. I think she doesn't like commitment. She doesn't like being tied down. She obviously chose a profession where that's available to her.
Yeah.
So I would not disbelieve her here.
Okay.
I think she's probably had dalliances. But I think it's possible to be one of those people, because I've been this way. I think it's possible to be one of those people who don't look for relationships.
Well, I was single for 15 years and wasn't looking for a relationship.
But it was a difference between wanting one and looking for one.
No, I didn't want one.
Okay, that's different then.
I was kind of like, if it happens, great. Sure. But it's not something I'm searching out.
But I think if it happens means you kind of do want one.
Yeah, I mean, I was very much at the point of I'm happy to have one and I'm happy to not. I'm happy on my own. I was kind of very 50-50 on it.
Got it.
What do you think Daisy wants? Do you think she wants one? We don't know, I guess.
I cannot get inside Daisy's head.
Very few people can.
I completely missed that, but it does make sense. I think she's happy showing guests the saloon.
Saloon. And he's going to say it every...
The saloon.
He's going to say it every episode.
Made it very awkward. But, before we go on, it's in this awkward transition, we're going to take a little bit of a commercial break. We'll be right back.
I forgot.
It's time for the Seaman Cup. Get ready to drink. Drink your fill of semen out of the Seaman Cup.
Yeah, y'all, because they almost drug Anchor, but they didn't. They're fine. So it's a Seaman Cup. Before we get to the actual games, can I just say, can we talk about Ashley before it? When Ashley was like...
You may. I'm not going to say no.
But when Ashley was saying, I don't know, to the guests, literally saying...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they're going to let me play or not. I want to, but
she got
we'll
reprimanded.
See. I just want to... How stupid can you be for pulling back the curtain behind guests or in front of guests?
I don't think she cares anymore. And
yeah, that's it. She doesn't. That is it.
And she
gives a no fuck.
She also isn't afraid of her boss, so there's no real accountability.
She's not. She's one of those people. How do you? Uh-oh.
Sorry, I just saw something flash in my...
Hopefully it's not a policeman looking and there's somebody behind your house just hiding.
Ooh, where are they?
Somebody
Come visit me, sir.
Should I let them in?
I don't know what that is.
Lord, it's...
is it another 90s country song?
Hold me tight for me. It's Juice Newton country song.
Until last week, I wasn't aware you were that familiar with the entire Juice Newton catalog.
I do love Juice Newton.
I know Queen of Hearts, and that is it.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's knocking. That was kind of her second hit.
What are the others?
I think that's it.
Someone else is screaming as a big Juice Newton fan.
You know what? That is on Maddie's Honky Tonkin' Mix, everybody. So check it out on Spotify along with... Speaking of Pride, y'all, if you need a soundtrack for your gay pride this holiday...
Oh, Poodle's
dude,
Gay,
what do we have?
Gay Club Glitter Mix, Volumes 1 and 2.
Yes.
Now that's what I'll call gay.
Now that's what I call gay. Y'all, it is... We get no money from this. It's just a Spotify
Absolutely
playlist.
not.
But we should, but we don't. But maybe these gay icons do from you playing their songs.
If you remember, if you were in a gay club in the late 90s or early 2000s or maybe even mid 2000s, you have heard these songs.
You have.
Yeah, some of these are they go in between some people have written me and saying that is standard listening at all of our game nights now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So people are getting into the 90s / early 2000 jams.
If you're going to have a house party or an orgy for Pride, this is your playlist.
Although the gays they need to be of a certain age, because the twinks are like, oh my God, where's Post Malone? Actually, no, they would say, where's Demi Lovato or Ariana Grande?
Yeah, Demi Lovato.
There is Ariana Grande. I think No More Tears Left to Cry is on there, because I do love that song.
All right. I don't know that song.
Oh. I've got no more tears left to cry. It's a good song.
It's a good mix. I enjoy it. All right. Happy Pride.
I've never listened to yours. So
that's okay.
Isn't it like 7 hours of like some slow country songs?
I didn't listen to yours either. I was just being nice. I don't have time. So, all right. So Ashley says, and Daisy like pulls her aside and she's like, why would you say that in front of the guests?
Why would you say that in front of the guests?
How do you handle someone like that, though, who doesn't respect authority anymore and doesn't give a fuck? What do you have as leverage over them?
The only thing she has is shame. And at one point, Daisy doesn't really want to do that.
Maybe just
I think Daisy's given up.
I agree.
It would have been fine if it was earlier. No, they're kind of getting through this last.
She already lost one. Remember Gabriella, y'all?
They're going to get through this charter like with a whimper. This is going to be unless it is batshit crazy. Although someone is getting married, and we're going to talk about that.
Yes.
My next teabag.
You were going to talk about that. Did you want to talk about the actual race?
Oh, the relay. The 4-on-4, which became a 6-on-6. Those are good numbers.
Wow. It is better to be in pairs.
Yeah.
It just works out.
It is. Because you'll be the one person just like sitting there playing with yourself.
Unless you don't want to have 7 people unless you're the only bottom.
That's true. Then it's a whole other ball game.
A whole different game.
Whoa. You better drink your Gatorade.
Yeah. And eat your fiber. It's a thing. Hope you have a shower douche.
I think that honestly that even for me, that sounds like a lot of work. Wow. 7 tops. 7. So where was I going to talk about? The relay.
We're off the rails.
Blah blah blah. I don't. What did I write anything for this?
You brought it up. I wasn't going to talk about it. You brought it up. The relay.
Just the costumes.
Okay. They were wearing those white like Donald Duck sailor costumes.
I was
which
into
you
them.
Love.
I was into them.
You love.
Then like they were wearing pirates and they had like those often Captain Jack Sparrow braids. I just people have asked us about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. I honestly haven't. I barely followed it. Here's what I need to say. I do hate the people who are so happy that nothing that are so anti-Amber Heard that they are ready to say she got what she deserved and blah 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 and like all the Johnny Depp piling on of how good he is and like, oh, thank God Johnny's free. But think how far back this sets. Are we going to believe women now?
I don't like that.
So but the way it
take
feels
her out of Aquaman and things like that. But I don't know. I know nothing about that.
I'm saying it sets back all arguments for survivors.
Yeah,
and it's the invective that is set for this woman. Yes, did she lie? Probably, but to say that nothing happened and to I'm just afraid it's just the misogyny that all over all social media that happened.
Yeah,
made me a little sick.
No, people pile up on her. I agree.
And
with
that.
That's kind of the only thing I actually noticed about it.
Say what you want to about it, but it gave me the fucking skivvies.
If you have an opinion on it and you want to send us a message, don't. I'll be honest, because I don't care.
I haven't followed. I'm just saying that the nature of the arguments on social media that were had felt really, really misogynistic.
I mean, I wish I could say I was surprised.
Yeah,
but I wasn't.
But this had nuance to it, so you knew it wasn't just her saying something that we were sure happened. For him saying something we were sure, there was a lot of he said, she said all the way through. But it was such the way it was handled with her because one part of her story wouldn't be true, or the next part of her story wouldn't be backed up. It was like, I'm just worried this is going to be like, oh well, now we don't have to believe any survivors. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Well,
yeah. But it's the glee of Johnny Depp supporters that really bothers me.
I mean,
sorry, I've basically, we've been asked, I don't know if you have, but I've been asked what I think about it, blah, blah, blah. I just haven't been following it. But that is the long and short of how I feel about it, if you guys wanted to know.
it's not a deep thing for me to think about, to be honest. I'm like concerned with other things in the world right now. And so that's just not something I want to occupy my brain with.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about it.
So, I mean, I just tell people, don't ask me because I literally have no comment. I don't know much.
Can we talk about this new phenomenon called hurricanes? I think this is something I could get into.
Funny you brought that up because...
throwing water in someone's face and slapping them?
That's called a hurricane. But what y'all don't know, Poodle is famous for his earthquakes. And Poodle... I'd like for you to just explain to everyone. Now, if you didn't watch the episode, y'all, a hurricane, again, this come from the Canadian people, which when they said this, I wrote, Poodle is so turned on by all these
I
men.
was so into this.
Basically, you take a shot, and then someone throws water in your face and slaps your face.
At the same time.
And then Poodle came.
I'm saying... this is something we could borrow from the Canadians. I'm totally into it.
I knew you were.
Oh, I was totally into this.
So Poodle, but a lot of people don't know. There's a whole genre.
Yeah.
There is, like I said, we'll get to your earthquake in a minute, but I was going to bring up, there's typhoons. Also, there's the cyclone.
Yes.
There's also the landslide. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
That'll bring you down.
That's when
what's a landslide, Poodle?
The landslide is when the guy I'm gonna bang comes in the door, and I just and I've been hovering above the door flame like a gargoyle, and I fall onto him.
Oh, okay,
and then he pees on me.
Oh,
so,
okay,
yeah,
which is different than that's a lot of different than the typhoon. Because a typhoon is what, Poodle?
That is when it's very similar to a waterspout.
Okay.
And a waterspout is when I'm in the bathroom, or I'm in the bathtub, and the guy comes in, he throws water on my face, slaps me across the face with his dick, and then I spray water in his face from my mouth.
Okay. So,
yeah.
But then there's also...
the typhoon is when the water goes counterclockwise.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So, but also you have...
and left-handed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, you have... for us Californians, you have the
stupid.
Santa Anas for
Yes.
when there's a really high winds. What's a Santa Ana?
That's when they call me Anna. That's when they call me Anna.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm dressed in nun's robes.
Oh, okay.
And then they pee on me again.
Oh, they pee. Okay.
Yeah.
Two more, and then but there's also, we didn't talk about this, but the Dust Bowl.
Yeah.
For a dust storm. That you're famous for that.
Yeah, that's a very specific.
Started that in North Texas.
That's a very specific technique where I kind of lay in what some people would call a big dog bowl.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you put Cheeto dust all over my body, and you lick it up, and then you pee on me at the end. So,
while you're masturbating.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's a given.
That's a given. Okay. And last but not least, but we've been holding it too. But what is an earthquake?
An earthquake. Well, it's a very complicated procedure.
You don't do it often.
No. A lot of things have to be in the right setup. A lot of little things have to come together.
Okay.
So, it's best if this is done in a place you want to feel like you can get your balance. So you don't want uneven ground. I know it's strange for an earthquake.
Yeah.
But so you shout earthquake,
Okay.
earthquake. And then everyone kind of throws their body
it's a group
back
thing.
and forth. Yes, it is a group thing. And the men are naked, of course, but as they are swinging themselves back and forth, their penises hit me in the face.
And
and
so
I'm
you're
kind of
not
climbing. No, I'm not. I'm on the ground like normal.
Duck and cover.
Yes, I'm on the ground crawling through their legs, and their penises and balls are hitting me in the face like a car wash kind of effect. And there's like earthquake, earthquake. And then, weirdly, at the end, like a spell they cast, the earth opens up. I'm swallowed into it, into hell, basically. And then the devil feeds me his dick.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And then he
all right.
pees on me. So, everything
And
has
then-
all of that has to happen for me to get swallowed into hell.
And then you have a shot of Jaeger.
Yes. That usually a couple before, too. But
There you
it's
go.
optional.
There you go, y'all. Who knew? The Canadians only knew about the hurricane.
Go have your own earthquake party,
There
y'all.
you go. Your own earthquake
You
party.
got to have at least 5 guys because that's the only way you get summoned to hell.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
And your face has got to get bruised too by the penises and the balls.
Wow. Okay.
You asked.
All right. My next tea bag, speaking of, there's not too much. Y'all, again, a lot didn't happen in this episode, but going back to,
Did you see Ashley narking on Scarlett?
that's what I was going
to
to talk
Daisy.
about.
Yeah. Sorry, I just stole your
No,
tea
no.
bag.
Go ahead. Let's talk
Bitch
about
stole my tea bag.
it. I don't care.
But it was that where she just looked at, and I think even Daisy now goes, who cares?
It was pretty funny though when they were talking late at night and they woke up and Daisy just walks out of the door and goes, "Oh my fucking god!"
Like the older sister, like, oh my god, what are you doing?
Well, all you're doing, Scarlett's like, "I'm sorry." God, Gary does look attractive. Marcus kills it with dinner.
Marcos.
Golly, Marcos.
I wonder if I should just
you know
let
what?
you
I
do
went
it.
to dinner last night. And I was talking about someone named Marcus, and then it just went off.
What? So,
We were sitting right next to Dustin Lance Black and his husband.
where were you?
We went to El Compadre on Sunset.
Why were they there?
They were there with their other people and their
Also,
child.
I didn't know you went to Silver Lake regularly.
No, the one on Sunset.
Oh, the new one.
No, that one's been there forever. Or it was called a different Mexican restaurant before. Was it called a different
El Compadre is in Silver Lake.
What's that Mexican restaurant on Sunset Boulevard? The one we used to go to with Sissy and Nick Williams.
That's not El Compadre.
That's where we went. I don't know what it's called, but that's where we went. You know, you walk in, it's got the little red booths everywhere that people sit in.
That's on the east side.
No, I drove. This is like in West Hollywood on Sunset.
Oh, I'm confused. Then no,
I thought it was. No, I'm sure
it's not El
called
Compadre.
El Compadre.
No, that's on the east side. That's a hipster place.
Well, maybe they renamed it.
I
I don't know.
So why were his? It's not an expensive place.
No, they just went.
And little.
Oh no, they renamed it. It's called El Compadre on Sunset.
It used to not be called that.
I think it was called something different.
Yeah.
Because we used to go there. You just don't remember that.
I do not remember.
I remember going with you, and you got very drunk on margaritas and hit on someone's boyfriend. That's a lot
I think
of
that was a
restaurants.
different name.
I think it was like, I think you're
Yeah.
right. Sorry, no one. It's people in
I just
Iowa.
know
are
I've had a lot
screaming.
of dates at El Compadre on the east side, and they know me
Wow.
there. So
Wow.
Dustin Lance Blank would definitely not go there.
Well, he went to this one. And Tom, that's his
Tom
husband.
Daly.
Oh, that sitting
they
right
look-
by
do
an
they look-
Olympic gold winner.
Did they look skinny?
Yeah, he won the Olympics.
so you because if you looked, you immediately
Unless
look
you're
skinny.
a sumo wrestler or a weightlifter,
It's true.
you're fit.
I don't think I have anything else.
It really is just. I want to say something. Marcos is a beautiful crier.
He is.
He's crying to Daisy because he's just like, I don't know what I'm going to fucking do. I'm so
About the
stressed out.
celiac. He has a celiac primary or co-primary, and they want a 3-tiered wedding cake.
And
That's
they
brutal.
Just order it, but I guess not. It's the next day.
I guess. I don't know.
So he's stressing out. At least they got it. The Canadians gave the best tip. Boy,
Yeah.
Captain Glenn's rubbing
They're
that
nice. I would just want to say also, I gave him so much shit about molecular gastronomy. It's not my thing. I do. A bunch of y'all came at me and said I hate it too.
I don't get it.
But I will say it looked like he was trying, and a lot of the stuff that they were pleased by it. So you do,
good.
y'all.
I mean, basically, y'all, it's like we have in the gay world molecular buttstronomy. Basically, it's when you tell them because it's taking something that people are used to and making it new, right?
Yeah, I'm interested to see where this is going.
But right, isn't that gastronomy? You take something that is like
and changing the form or the state of it.
Forming. Oh, never mind. We don't do that. I was just going to say Poodle and I tell people we're virgins.
That was terrible.
That's just a lie.
Yeah. And also that joke went nowhere, but thank you.
Well, remember at the beginning, you had yours too. All right, everybody.
I don't remember. What was I saying?
It was forgettable. All right, everybody. That's the episode. We didn't really talk about much of the episode, but we had a lot of fun.
Wasn't a lot of episode in this.
Hopefully, we're that was 15. So we've got probably 2 episodes left, don't you think? Put down your grinder.
No, I'm just talking.
2 episodes left, you think?
We've got probably
15.
3.
Okay.
I think at least 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we'll have probably 2 episodes and then a reunion.
Yeah. Hopefully just one reunion. I don't think this is a two-parter.
I doubt it. No. So it's like 18 episodes like the other seasons before it.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
So.
But
we still don't know what's coming back. We have not had a trailer for the new season of Below Deck Med. I think we will know that within the week.
Oh, but talk about you talked about it on 90 Day, but you didn't talk about it on this episode.
Oh, I can.
The cast
the
leak.
cast has been leaked, of course.
So
Captain
y'all,
Sandy Yawn
if
is
you don't want
present.
to hear this, bye later. We'll see you later.
Yeah,
Anchors again.
but I'm gonna go spoil some of the cast.
Yeah, okay.
No Malia this season.
Yeah.
Well, thought it. No Malia, she fell off the scooter before filming, but she was well, but she said I needed to take some time off.
Okay.
We don't know if she's going to return back.
Boy, you really hate Captain Sandy if you fall off a scooter so you don't have to go on a boat with that bitch.
I don't blame her. There's a new female bosun, I believe. We also have a male chef, Chef Dave, who looks kind of hot.
Okay.
There's some hotties from what I can see. 2 female stews. Sorry, 1 female stew, 1 male stew.
Okay.
And I think a female chief stew. Big news on deck returning. We have Z returning.
Yes.
And this has been talked about. This is a little bit of a spoiler if you don't want. This is a kind of a bigger spoiler, but Courtney is going to return as someone in deck this time, because obviously someone's going to leave and fuck up.
Yeah. Her and Z might hook
I
up.
know. They deny it, but I love both of them. I'm glad to see them back.
I am too. All right, everybody. That's it. Go to realitygaze.com. The website works now. Thank you, Drew, our friend Sissy Drew.
It's not porn anymore.
Not. The website works, or you can go to our Linktree link to get our show tickets for our live show. We'd love to see you. Summer should be fun. And also, we want to remind you that if you, what I was going to say? Oh, remind you to look for your theater for whatever's going on with some COVID's going up in some places, some people are not. So whatever the theater, don't be asking us for the live shows. Look on the theater's website.
Their COVID policies should be there. We are following what the guidelines are. Usually the theaters are following the guidelines that are in that county or state or city even. So.
We do recommend, if you haven't got even your first booster, we recommend you getting that before you come to the show.
We recommend you getting that.
If you're, I think, over the age of 50 and you haven't had your second booster and it's been a hot minute, talk to your doctor or medical profession. But, you know, if you're going to be going to things, it's always good to be boosted and tootsted.
What?
Boosted and tootsted. I don't know. I just made it up.
I could tell.
All right, everybody. Okay, we'll see you next week. But until then,
Anchors the Gay.